Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Homeward Bound.
Homeward Bound.
Yeah. So, you spend some time in this Temple of Bellum praying to him, and you get zero response. You know, in the past, when you were a younger man, you prayed to the gods, you might have felt like a sense of fulfillment, but that came from your own, like, I'm getting out my feelings, and I'm trying to have a connection. And then later, when you were here in this temple, you prayed and you got like physical, talking from a god, and he handed you magical weapons and transformed your shit, even burned you a little bit. But this time around,
But we don't notice like an
empty.
absence of the gods. It's just like the times that we'd been here where we didn't get a response.
I mean, isn't that the same as an absence of the gods? I don't know how.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm just like trying to maybe in a world where the gods had disappeared, like maybe you could sort of feel it. I don't know. Just conjecture. But yeah.
Also, you're in the tavern. I don't know why I said you're in the temple. You're in the fucking tavern.
We're in the temple. We're praying to the god.
That's my temple.
Yeah. You're in the temple of Jexel, and it's quiet.
Sorry,
just
I
the
broke
two
your
of
sword,
you.
bud.
Yeah. We lost a lot of magic gear about this whole thing, Grobes. You know, when we get back to Drakus, we probably shouldn't say anything about all the gear that we lost.
Why not?
I don't know, it might just look badly on us.
If we get back, I think there will be many stories to tell.
Yeah, that's the truth. At least Yaramir and Faris don't have any family that we need to explain what happened to.
Well,
That's true.
Ferris still has some aunts and uncles out there.
Yeah, the ones we haven't killed yet.
Well, I think we rest in the tavern for a night.
Yeah.
Sure.
You know, without daylight to sort of encourage you to stop drinking and go to sleep, this could go on for a long time.
What's
We get
the
tired
point?
though, right?
Eventually, you'll get
Rest.
tired. Yeah.
We
It
got a
hasn't
whole
quite
barrel of
been
whiskey,
a
though.
whole day since your last rest, so you find yourself trying to go to sleep, but maybe it's only been 8 hours since you woke up, something like that.
I think we just drink ourselves into oblivion until we pass out.
Right.
It's been a while. I mean, if you think about what was happening at the end of the campaign as well, it's been a long time since we've had any relaxation.
Yes.
You know, we've been fighting for our life for a long time, so I think a bit of drinking is maybe overdue. Get this
Yes.
scrag poison out of our veins so we can start seeing the sun again.
Put the human poison in, take the scrag poison out. That's what it's all about.
Yeah.
Oh.
All right.
You guys let me do that. Okay. Cool. Eventually, the drinking gets you drunk enough that you all pass out. Can I get perception checks at half your perception score, everybody? Because you're drunk and unconscious.
This is the time that the scrags find us and they come to kill us, right?
Oh shit! Grimes passes it.
Well,
Really?
do I round up or down here, Neal?
Just do 6.5 or whatever.
3.5.
Holy shit!
Nailed it!
All right, so you guys are passed out in the tavern, like leaning over tables, a whole barrel of whiskey up on the bar that's been tapped, and your drinks are kind of spilled. You both come to, sort of like groggy and still pretty drunk. You've gained 3 HP. And you've come to because the door to the tavern has opened. And while there's still not a lot of light, you do have a small fire going in here. It's just embers now, and the starlight from outside sort of silhouettes this long-limbed, furry, bipedal creature standing in the doorway. You can't make out any features of it, but
So
it's
it's
there, sort of poking.
And
I'm
Grimes
already awake and
springs to his feet,
I go for my sword.
diving for a blade.
Right.
Who goes there in the name of Drakus?
Let's roll initiative. I'm gonna. Yeah. This is not our battle map. I know it shows the temple. It's not a temple, guys. Not
Do
actually.
you not have a generic tavern you can throw us in? Do we not have like a tavern? Have we not been to a tavern in Conquest before? I feel like
I
there
don't
was
think
a.
so.
Okay. Or just throw us on the blank screen so we aren't distracted by
Yeah.
Bellum.
I will give you a blank screen to look at.
I mean, are we so scared of a single null, Grimes? Ha!
Oh, is that what it is?
Well, it's what I would imagine it would be, right? It's probably not, but
This is a 3, this is a 9. We'll get rid of these. Here we go. Let me grab the tokens that I need, because I did not spend the break prepping this. Instead, I spent it talking about Brexit, like a real DM.
it's important stuff, guys.
Is it, though? Is it?
Well, it is to me. Well, it is to it is to
Of course it is. Of course it is. We're just gonna use some null tokens because that's what you think these are, I guess.
It is.
Yeah.
Dastardly nulls. I thought we killed a lot of you bastards. I'm seeing a lot of them, Grimes, but it might just be double vision. I'm not sure.
How are all? Do we just see the one silhouette in the doorway?
Yes, but a moment passes and you can hear there are more outside, and they are moving in.
Are they speaking?
Nope.
Could be people, Grimes. What if it's people? Who knows, right?
Yep, they're just silhouetted, so you can't see too much about them. Grimes is the very first one to act.
Quick on the draw, draws a phase blade in each hand, and slips through the shadows next to the door. And I think I will. I think I'll speak in Nolish if that's what this looks like.
Well, remember, you can't really choose the language you speak in. You just natively speak in whatever it is, so... Yeah, what do you say?
Yeah. Who are you? Grimes, stands next to the door and readies attacks if it steps within range or steps past me or whatever.
Will step within range.
Okay.
Give me just a moment here. I'm going to finish our quick little battle map.
Does it? It doesn't reply.
Hold on. Let me finish the map first. I can't think and draw. Not that good.
Dallam has answered our prayers, it seems. Grimes delivered us our next battle.
It might be nice trying to figure out where we are, but
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess we can just ask the survivors.
So, quick things here. This is the bar itself, right? This is a staircase going down to the basement where you found the drinks. There are probably some windows about, which I will hastily doodle for you.
Probably various bits of furniture.
Yeah, I'm going to ignore the bits of furniture because I think with 1 minute combat rounds, you can push them aside and knock them about. Also, a lot of it is destroyed and degraded from sitting out for years in this frosty areas.
Yeah.
This building shares a wall on the left and right side with other buildings, but there is an alley out back with just a few tiny windows that would look into it.
All right.
Okay, this is our battle map. Excellent.
Does the beast reply?
It says, "Who are you?"
In what language?
In the language William does not understand, as always.
Well,
While it asks you that question, it does not bother waiting for your response. Steps here. I guess you can you have ready attacks.
I think I'm waiting. I'm ready to see if it's moving aggressively. Right?
Oh, it's
Once
moving
long as-
aggressively. Oh yeah, it's here to eat you.
what do we see? It comes into the room, so we see it, right?
Yeah, it's sort of silhouetted. You can see a little bit of detail. It has like it sort of looks like a gnoll, but with like longer, lanky limbs that almost drag on the ground. It has sharp claws, and they have spears as well.
Ultra spears. All right, so I got a 14 with my main hand and a 10 with my offhand.
The 14 is a hit.
Oh, these guys are in for a bad time.
Yeah.
Does beers do like 2d8 in this world, Neal?
We will see. All right, so I deal 6 points of damage.
All right, let me just roll their HP here. This is going to take too long. I'm going to do it this way. You did 6 points of damage?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, I see the gnoll going for its spear aggressively and lash out. We are men of Drekus.
Oh, yeah, you
And,
tell him, Grimes.
And lay down your arms, yet you may live.
That's nice. It doesn't really...
Yeah.
It is more interested in killing you right now. So while it steps in, it moves a little bit further past. Oops, this probably should have been the other one, whatever. And makes a stab at you with its spear, which is a 19 to hit.
Grimes dances out of the way.
All right. Next
Well,
up.
that probably tinks off my armor. Anyways, next up, more gnolls.
Next one pops up and just moves past you, ignoring you, provoking an attack of opportunity.
Two attacks, right?
Yes, as it makes
Are
its
those
way to
back
William.
attacks or just regular opportunity attacks?
It skirts you, so it's regular.
Okay. Main off, hit with an offhand,
Certainly.
10 points of damage.
Oof.
These guys are healthy.
Mm-hmm. Okay. It gets up to William and goes to stab you with its spear. It's a 10 to hit, William.
That's no good, is it?
No, it's really not.
I laugh.
That one is going to... Let me roll its HP real quick here so I can add it to the list. Excellent. It will come over here, also moving past Grimes and coming in to get to William.
How many OAs can a thief get?
You can make a number equal to 1. You get 1 every 5 levels. So 1 at 1, 2 at 5, 3 at 15.
Okay, so I got 3 around.
Yeah.
All right. So
those
that's
both
2
hit.
hits.
Yep.
So that's going to be a D8 plus 2D or plus D4 plus 2D6 plus 2. 14 points of damage.
You rip it for 14. And you're doing quite a bit of damage to these things, but they don't really appear concerned about the damage you're doing to them. Like,
Do they seem mindless or in a bloodlust? Or
no,
they
certainly
didn't
not
seem-
mindless.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'd know if these were trolls, Neal, wouldn't we?
Why would you know if they were trolls?
We
Trolls
wouldn't,
aren't like
because this is
gnolls.
fire damage, and we tear through trolls, or at least some of it's fire damage.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, you do damage. It gets to William, and it makes its attack against you, William, with a natural 1. Maybe it's limping from a wound across its leg, and it just doesn't quite get what it needs.
Yeah.
The next one comes up, also moving past Grimes and coming in here, surrounding William. Grimes,
My
make your
last
next
opportunity attack.
Yep. I think you get the impression they're all gonna shuffle in.
Ooh.
Holy crap.
Boom.
None of those clear by
Another
10,
14 points of damage.
but... Okay, it attacks William as well with a 19 to hit.
Not even close, actually.
Well, with one of these things, which way are you facing? Because if you're gonna be using your shield,
Yeah,
right,
yeah. Well,
which
I'm
is
facing
directional.
forward still, so the one that rolled the natural 1 actually would have had
Okay.
a back, but I guess not.
Perfect,
Didn't work.
okay. The next one moves in past Grimes. Grimes is out of opportunity attacks. This one comes up from behind William.
Yeah, so this one's no shield.
No
Back
shield and
attack.
+2 to hit. Lovely.
Yeah.
11 and 6 is a 17. No good.
No good. 19 units.
Yep.
No,
Next
20,
one's-
sorry.
Don't you have 20? Doesn't your shield provide you AC bonus of 6?
Shield's 5, ring is 1, armor is 9.
Shield is 5. Okay, I thought shield was 6 for some reason.
It's +3 shield, and I've got shield specialization, so it's just 2, right?
No, shield specialization should be giving you 3. A shield is 2 normally, +1 for 3, +3 for 6, right?
Is the shield +2 then?
Maybe it's a +2 shield. That's it.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Got it.
Yeah.
All right, this one comes up behind you, Grimes, and goes for a stab with a 24.
I think I can freely rotate so that he doesn't get a back attack, right? Like put my
Sure,
back
yeah,
to
you
the
can
wall.
go ahead and get it. Yeah, it's fine. You can
Like maybe
face
he
the
can get
wall.
a flank at the most, but
Right.
yeah, I
Right,
think I can
but-
get my back to the wall.
Okay. So then it's only a flank. So it's a 23 then.
That will hit.
Okay, it stabs you for 4 + 4 + 1 for 9 damage.
Okay, reduced to 7. I am phased. I am not where I seem to be.
Excellent. I think my knolls sort of went out of order here. William, it's your turn.
All right. I'll attack this one that's here. Two attacks, right? Should I do one at the end of the round? Or one
You can go ahead and do
now?
them both right now. You said you're attacking this one?
Yeah, I might move if he dies.
Sure.
22.
Hit.
Sorry. Is it +13? Yep. Bathed in flame. 20 damage.
This
Sword rips out, shredding the Were-Null seal, ripping into it, burning it, and the others all sort of look a little surprised as this bright burning flame, much bigger than the ones Grimes holding, hacks into it, but it lives.
It's not dead. All right, I'll finish it off then.
You
23.
hit it, and it does die.
Well, minimum damage.
Yeah. The last one is going to come in, and it will make its way to here and attack Grimes as well with
With a
a
flank.
16, 17 with flank. No good?
Nope.
Okay. Let's all roll initiative for next round. Right. Oops. Ascending. Thank you very much. William, how did you get a 2 on your initiative roll?
I roll +0 now. Remember,
Oh, I
Is
did
that
not
for
remember.
mastery or something.
mastery brings the 6 down to 3, and then since there's actually no blade and it's just a handle,
Right.
you said I could take 3 off the initiative. Happy
Right,
to let
right.
you wreck on that at this point if you want to.
No, I am happy for you to have a. It's almost going as fast as your hands, right? That's fine.
Yeah.
It's perfect.
All right, I attack this. I'll back up a little bit. This dead one's in the way, but I'd like, move back a little bit and then rotate so that I'm facing on them. Can you just move the dead one?
Yeah, I'll just move the dead one.
Yeah, so I go like this.
All right, that will provoke attacks of opportunity from all 3 of them.
You're right. Never mind then. I won't do that. I just
Okay.
I turn like this then. That way my shield's still facing this
Facing
one. Okay, and then I attack the one to my right.
There you go. That's how you face them both. Go for it.
Okay, I attack the one to my left then.
Okay, left.
I do both attacks.
Yep. Actually, this time let's spread them out since it is the beginning of the round.
Yeah, I rolled it, but it didn't come up.
Like ski lagging.
Yeah, maybe.
There we go.
32. Is that a crit?
Nice.
Gotta be
Probably.
right.
I'm just trying to queue up a thingy. Oh yeah, that's certainly a crit. Definitely. Single crit though.
24 damage.
You rip into it and it dies.
I rotate again if I can. If not,
Yep,
I'll stay
that's
here.
fine. That's fine. Grimes, it's your turn.
Yeah, I'm attacking the one to my right, the one that's in the doorway.
Ah, okay.
6,
to camera right, not player right. Ooh! Ooh!
Oh, snake eyes.
Oh, Grimes. This Were-Null Seal's arms are just so much longer than you would really expect, and with the dim lighting, it's further than
I'm not
you
gonna
think
roll a
it
save
is.
versus death, but I think I like turned and gave it all I had and threw myself off balance, exposing my back to the snow behind me that's about to attack.
That only makes sense. The one behind you drops its spear and goes to wrap you in a bear hug and like restrain your arms. So roll to hit from behind is a 16 against your natural AC. So it gets you.
Snapped. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it gets a hold of you. Give me an opposed strength check. Ooh, it rolls a 24.
Ooh.
25.
Oh,
So he's got a grip of me, but I'm staying standing.
you can wrestle your arms so they're still
I got
free.
my arms free, so I'm still fending off the gnolls in front of me.
Yeah. He's got you maybe by like the upper shoulders instead of the elbows, which is what he was going for. That's that gnoll's turn. The next gnoll comes over to the side and is just gonna try and skewer you with a 14 to hit. No good.
Nope.
These two over here, one of them is gonna circle. Whoops, that's too far. Circle, come to the back of William.
Okay.
If you want, you can like do this so they're both at flank, or you can keep your shield facing one. Your call.
No, let that one. I'll try to face that one because I'll kill him next.
So you're gonna.
So I'll face like that, give my back to the one who hasn't attacked yet.
Perfect. He stabs at you, and it's a wild miss with the spear. Like, it hit, you can feel it sliding across the red scales of your armor. The one in front of you takes a stab at you with a 19, but that's no good. And the one in front of Grimes stabs at him with a natural 20 modified 26. Does not clear by 5,
Does
though.
clear. My AC
does?
is 21.
Ooh.
Right, so it clears by 5. So it's just a regular crit.
Single crit.
I mean, at 8 HP a day, we can afford to
Yeah.
take some scraps now.
I only got 3 yesterday.
Yeah, we didn't sleep the full night, that's why.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8 damage. It's a sad crit.
8 damage.
Really. Yeah.
These are sad, pathetic creatures.
Your mom's a sad, pathetic creature. Sorry, it's your turn, Marshall.
Jesus.
I can't resist your mom jokes. I apologize. They're just
Second attack. All right, I'll ignore it, Neal, this time.
they just come so easily, just like your mom.
24.
All right, you hit.
That was a good one. Stuck that one in there. 21.
You do a bunch of damage to it. It does not die.
The
though.
other one.
Oh, the other one. The one that's behind you. You attack behind you?
No, look, I'm facing him.
No, you're facing down. You're facing the lower right corner.
All right, well, I meant to attack. It doesn't matter. It's fine. Yeah.
All right.
It's
It doesn't
okay.
matter. A 21 wouldn't kill either of them. Let me put it that way.
Fair enough.
Okay. Sorry, it sounded like someone just fell over. That's the end of that round. Let's go to the next initiative phase. Everyone roll. Did you get another fucking 2?
Another 2.
My god. Oops, should always be ascending. Marshall,
Yeah, I finished off this one I'm in front of.
do it.
28. Clears
Definitely
by
a
10.
hit. Does clear by 10. It only has 12 HP. And you
good.
rip it to shreds.
My turn to
Grimes?
face the other.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna ignore this gnoll that's snuggling me from behind, and just attack the one in front.
17 hits.
and an 8. Bleh. All right, D8 plus D6 plus 1. 14 points of damage to the gnoll in the doorway.
Beautiful.
Nice.
All right, the next no, that's a dead gnoll. The next one to go is the one behind Grimes, and you can hear it bark, back, and it lets go of you, Grimes, and jumps out the window, because none of these windows have glass in them anymore. They didn't survive thousands of years with glass, and it just fucking flees. The other one to go is the one next to William, and it will disengage and flee out the window as well. The next one's going to disengage and flee, and the next one's going to disengage and flee. And William, you've got a turn if you want to try and follow.
Nah, let him go.
Let him go. All right. They bolt into the night, leaving their burning allies on the ground around you.
Give me a hand with these, Grimes, and I go to like start throwing the burning bodies out of the tavern.
Yeah, actually, you start to look around, and the one that you had just slain is there. But the other ones that you had cut across, you're looking around for the burning bodies, and they're gone. All of the bodies are gone, except for the one that you just slew. And as you shift around, you see that one as like you move, and it was resting against you, and then it too just sort of like fizzles and dissipates, and you find yourself in like a small swarm of like floating gnats or something.
Now this is a little bit weird, Grimes.
It slowly begin to like
I run my sword
like
through them.
bugbears.
Maybe they didn't die like this though. I run my sword through the gnats.
Sure. Some of them pop and fizzle, and it's hard to see, but they're sort of just like slowly floating to the ground. They're not like flying around or anything. They just kind of like.
So why do you describe them as gnats and not dust?
Because they're like gnat-sized creatures, and there's
How
a
do I
little
know
bit of
they're
a.
alive?
You can hear their buzzing.
I try and
there's
catch
slight
one.
movement. Yeah, you can get a handful if you'd like.
I squash a few in my hand. Do their bodies disappear?
You squash them, open your hands, and they're there, stuck to your hands.
Okay,
I come over and have a peek. Do they look like little bugs, little flies, or?
They have like hard
More abstract.
exoskeletons, like an insect, but they don't have any wings, and they're not gaining altitude ever. They're just slowly floating to the ground, maybe with like some directional elements to them, slightly.
If they were summoned creatures, they wouldn't run. I reached for my whiskey that was probably like still half drunk from when I passed out.
I should have given you guys drunken combat penalties. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Oh well,
drink
it's fine.
whiskey.
It's fine. You drink your whiskey.
We ready to get up, or do we go back to sleep?
I've got no clue what time it is. I look outside, right? It's still dark.
Still
Maybe
dark.
on time.
As the adrenaline slowly fades from you guys, you feel drunk and tired.
Yeah.
But who am I to tell you what to do with your life?
I think I sit back down and, when I start drinking that glass again, I sit back down and then eventually fall back asleep.
Yep. Grimes slumps against the bar. Back to the bar. Crossbow in his lap, and goes to sleep.
You guys pass the rest of the night and wake up some hours later, gaining 5 HP.
Despite having engaged in combat?
Despite having engaged in combat.
Wow. How does that manifest in game? Is it like usually you'd feel tired after fighting for 10 minutes the next day? But today, like my muscles don't feel.
Usually you don't heal when you.
Yeah, I know that, but like in terms of the character's experience of that, does it matter?
Wounds are healing over, aren't they?
It doesn't really make sense that your wounds wouldn't heal just because you had a fight the day before.
Well, I think the idea is that when you're engaging in strenuous physical activity, your body doesn't have a chance to really rest, and any minor resting like wounds get reopened as you're like struggling throughout the day. And so you like kind of tear open and stop any healing process by the strenuous activity.
So the question is, would we notice this distinction of having still healed HP after
Oh,
fighting?
absolutely. I mean, the cuts on your body are disappearing visibly.
And I was at full during going into the fight.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think some of the wounds that I sustained from the gnolls are healing up.
Yeah.
Within hours.
Can we rest through the day? Can we continue? Can we hang out in this tavern for a few more hours and see if we can continue to heal?
Sure, you can try and lie down and go to sleep. But, it's like lying in bed in the morning. You're awake, you're tossing and turning. Maybe you get like a short little 5-minute nap in, but you're not sleeping and you don't end up healing anything.
Okay.
So yeah, eventually wake up and then I'll stretch and like go outside, and disappointed once again, realizing that as I go in there's no sun. But I come back to Grimes and shake you awake and say, Grimes, let's make this raft.
All right.
We need rope, we need wood, right?
Maybe we can even find a boat.
Maybe, yeah. Head to
So
the
I think
docks.
we scavenge. We head down to the docks, down by the Temple of Quantarius.
Yeah. You make your way down there. As before, let's see. Last time you were here, there were a few boats on the docks, but they had been so covered and thicked over with ice that they were mostly sunk. Now that the ice has melted, there are some underwater ships that are like sticking out. Theoretically, they might still be watertight if you could, pump the water out somehow. Maybe.
Boil it out by sticking a flaming sword in the water. Are they like at the bottom? We're like at the docks looking over the edge, and these are at the bottom of the...
Yeah, somewhat. The water is not super deep here, so you'll see like maybe on one of the larger boats there's like a mast sticking up. Some of the rowboats that were tied are just kind of like bobbing up and down in the water.
Yeah, so let's go for one of the rowboats, right?
Yeah, you guys could pull a rowboat out of the water. You do so with William's 18-100 strength, and empty it out of water and set it down, and what do you know? It's still seaworthy.
Nice.
I guess being frozen in magical ice sort of preserved it.
Let's see if we can find a map in the library.
Very well.
So
I guess we pull this boat onto the docks, leave it here to dry or whatever, and head back into the city. Is there a library? Or you think
There is. It was underneath the keep. Some mysterious wizard, whose name won't be mentioned, asked you guys to dig that out and gave you a whole bunch of slaves to do it with.
Who proceeded to get fireballed.
And they all died, yes. But not before Geneva Hughes bought their freedom and, led them to their deaths.
To remind me of this, the passageway that had been dug into the library, the last part of it was like evenly spaced tunnel, right? Like the volcano tunnels. Like it seemed like the Scrags had used magic to finish off the tunneling.
I think that is the conclusion you guys came to.
Okay, just making sure about that. So yeah, head into the library, and then I think we've actually got the run of the keep from here. So if I didn't see anything in the library, I think maybe we'll head up to like what would be like the war room or something like that. Like there might be a map up there.
Yeah. Let's see. Give me perception checks, because it's a big keep, and we'll just do checks to see how long it takes you to search the entire place. It's a castle. It'll take a while. Kel William, you're a man of war. You're used to navigating castles. You very quickly find the war room.
Marvelous.
And yes, there is a large map laid out there across a table. And there are little sandbags on all the corners to hold it down. And there are little figurines scattered all over it that look very much like army markers of where soldiers would have been.
Are they Scrag markers for the enemy?
No. There are no Scrag markers whatsoever.
How big is this map? Could we roll it up and feasibly carry it with us?
It's maybe like 6 feet tall and like 12 feet long. It's like a nice big war room map.
Jesus, this is big. I look around, like sometimes there'd be like, I don't know, smaller maps maybe, like ones to take out with you on campaign, things like that. Maybe they're like rolled up in drawers or something in the site in the war room
Sure. You start searching there. You don't find any of those in here. That's certainly something that might be around. But apparently these people didn't keep it in their war room. Maybe in a barracks or in a supply closet or something somewhere.
Yeah. Well, Grimes, should we take a look at this? So can we see the map, Neal?
Yeah, I'll give you back to the map. Well, the map game was very short-lived, guys. I thought it was going to be around for a while. It certainly isn't.
Well, if we can't take this with us, it could sort of...
That's true. That's true. I think here you can see that the section where you guys were slightly confused. You came along the river and then into this and back out before you got to Conquest.
So it looks, Grimes, that if we follow the West River out of the lake, we can follow it all the way down past the Deadwood, past the Knolls, all the way to Swampside.
Yeah.
Should we take this with us? If we're going by boat, we might be able to carry it to Swampside, and if we make a base there of sorts, perhaps we can set it up there.
Yeah, couldn't hurt. Let's fold it up.
Yeah.
And row our boat.
Can we find maybe should we try and look for rope before we go? Things like that, other supplies that we might need in Swampside.
So hold on, before we do that, let's talk about folding up this map. It's 6 by 12, right? So you can fold it half the 6 foot way, making a 2 foot thing, and then roll it up, and you'd have like a 2 foot scroll that is the map. Or I guess you could fold it probably not 6 times, but 4 times, maybe?
I think if it's 6 foot, like it's obviously large, but it's okay if it's just sitting in a boat. Like we can find some string to tie it up with.
Sure. Okay. So you can fold it down into a 2 foot long scroll that's quite thick. And you can find some string somewhere in the keep.
Yeah.
There's scrolls in the war room that are currently tied up, and all this stuff froze over, and now that it's all unfrozen, it's as if it has never been frozen at all, and so it all seems sort of usable.
Right.
So you untie some other scrolls to get string to tie up this scroll.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anything else you think we need here, Grimes?
Seems like we don't need rations. Should we get some rope?
Yeah, some rope, maybe an axe or something like that. We've got no real good way to cut down a tree right now.
Why do we need to cut down a tree?
I don't know. Could prove useful if we need to build something or...
Okay. So I guess we spend some hours scavenging the city and loading up a rowboat with tools and rope. So rope, an axe, maybe a shovel.
Yeah.
I think we just, raid the dockside and just pile up anything that looks useful into a rowboat. And
sure, you spend an unknown amount of time searching for these tools.
You know,
you find an axe, you find a coil of silk rope, or actually a bunch of coils of silk rope. You find the armory where they have all their shit for their soldiers, so you can take whatever supplies you need.
Around the keep and around the city, Neal, there was frozen corpses around, right?
No.
Or below the which temple was it? The one with the dungeon where it looked like where we got the
Belmontarius had a bunch of bodies. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, maybe we should go and check on what's going on with them.
What sort of bodies were they?
Human.
Were they frozen bodies, or were they already damaged bodies? Did you destroy them? There were a few corpses you guys came across that you chipped open and oozed out.
Yeah, there were hundreds of bodies beneath the Temple of Belmontarius. Right, they were carefully interred corpses beneath some of the catacombs, but Belmontarius just had a mass grave.
Sure. So are you looking for corpses?
Is that what you were thinking?
I just want to see what's happened to them now they've thawed.
Or there's the princess beneath the keep.
It's not the keep, is it? It was one of the other temples. It was in the torture dungeon place. I don't remember which one it was now. But I think it was Velthara was the one with the mass grave, right? Belmontarius, I think, is the one where the princess was in ice with the wizard and the fighter.
And you moved their bodies out of there.
Velthara had the mass grave.
Yeah.
Did we move the princess to this
You
body?
moved the princess and her companions.
I
remember because we made dex checks to drag them out of here somewhere else.
But I think that was just one that we were trying to get to the surface to melt it. I don't think it was all 3.
I remember specifically you dragging all 4 people out.
Okay. So if there's no one down there, then
you've moved them out of there. I don't remember where you left them.
Well, I think it was just
an experiment.
Yeah.
Yeah,
if we
some
can't
Yarmir.
find,
Yeah.
Can probably find somebody though, right?
Maybe? Where would they be?
Belthara, there'd be bodies under there. There's loads.
You're
Like,
looking for
like-
dead corpses then, not like frozen living people. Not people who were froze while they were alive. You're looking for the bodies of the dead?
Well, that's a good point. Yeah, because if they were alive when they were frozen, they could actually still be alive. But we don't see them. If they were walking around, right, we would have...
You would have seen them if they were walking around.
Where else would there be frozen bodies?
There were very few intact frozen people that you had come across.
There was that brothel in Saltport. It's a long way, though.
And if they've been unfrozen, they've had just as much time as you to do something.
Yeah. All right. Grimes, if there's nothing else, should we get on the boat?
Yeah, let's head to Swampside.
All
Did
right.
we take a detour beneath any of the temples? Any of the other temples?
You tell
What did
me.
we- Grimes wouldn't have pressed on the issue, but it sounded like William had some.
Yeah, I think I go and look down there and... I don't know.
Nothing's changed. It's still
Yeah.
just a pile of corpses.
Do we still feel like uneasy going into the Belthara underground bit?
No, that's fine.
Okay. Is the statue that we fought still not on its pedestal, like still destroyed?
I think
Nothing-
it chased us to Bellum's temple, didn't it? And
No, I think we killed it at the top of the stairs.
okay.
Well, then the
We
bits
dragged
of
its.
bits of stone are still
Yeah,
bits
we
of
did.
stone now.
Yeah, Ryan's right. We did drag it to Bellum's temple, didn't we?
We used it as a sacrifice, I think.
Yeah.
That's part of it.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. You have piled up rope and an axe and a map. And what else did you want to pile into this boat?
I think there's a shovel.
Shovel.
Yeah, shovel.
Okay. Various tools, we'll say. At
Yeah.
some point, when you guys leave the boat, you'll have to decide what is actually with you. But for now, we can.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I don't know how useful these are. I think we're at the point in the campaign where the only tool we need is our flaming swords. But
You're probably right.
All right, where to
I hope
now?
anyways.
What are you gonna do?
I think in the boat
Yeah.
and downstream north to Swampside.
All right. You can go with the current, which will give you an extra. It'll basically triple your movement rate through the river, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Geez, fuck. If you've got oars and you're heading downstream, you can probably go at 4 times your movement rate, I would expect. Because if you would normally walk at 3.5 miles an hour, I think in a rowboat you can probably go maybe 5 miles an hour. And then if the current is also going like 8 or 9 miles an hour, then you're going like 13 or 14
A rowboat's probably slower than
walking.
walking, or like similar,
Okay.
especially yeah.
All right, then we'll say the river is going at 10 miles an hour, and you normally go at 3.5. So that's a quadruple, I guess, of your base. So by the end of you will just easily cruise downriver and end up in Swampside a few hours later.
I guess we make sure we jump out before we get washed into the ocean.
Yeah, you can aim the boat. You can
navigate it. We got
Yeah. easy to row. You pop off in Swampside.
Was there? We passed the Deadwood on the way.
You did, and
Right.
nothing was changed about it.
It was actually probably too dark, huh?
Yes.
But I would have fired a flaming arrow.
It would have landed in the woods.
Do the woods go all the way to the water, or is there a wall on the water?
They just go to the water.
Mhm.
All right. You make your way back to Swampside. It is, well, the gates have been knocked down. The area, that sign you had put up is scratched off. There's no rescue here. There's no sign that anyone's been here since you've last been here.
Look out into the ocean. Do I see anything?
Just the stars in the north.
I don't know what I expected, but I'd hoped for something more.
Do we still see our whatever carvings or messages we left for?
No, they've been chipped or etched out.
Mm-hmm. Again, because I think we came here once and they had been etched out, and then we left more.
Did
And
you?
maybe more yeah.
If you did that, those are still... The second ones are here. It's only the first message that you left that was removed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But there's still no rescue, I assume.
There has no sign of a rescue presently.
So, the closest point to Arcadia is Fort Wick, isn't it?
Yeah. But what are we gonna do from? I mean, closest point is still hundreds of miles from Arcadia.
Yeah. Maybe we should. I don't want to just sit here, but we could maybe wait a little bit. But someone's bound to have noticed the ice at the south of Drekis thawing.
I'm gonna have to change the name of the Frostlands.
Yeah, but we could always
maybe
try
we
and
should-
find Nimrod.
Yeah, Nimrod and the dogs could still be out there, or the giants.
I'm not sure the giants are going to be our best friends right now. Will they all not be dying? Didn't they eat snow or something like that?
I don't know.
Ugh.
Well, Nimrod and his pack should be east of here, right?
Yeah, I roll open the map and it was it's down here, right?
Somewhere up there? Down.
They were doing this. They were doing the.
Grumpkin clan is over here, if that's what
Oh,
you're looking for.
that's Nimrod. Okay,
Mhm.
by the torture cave.
He's a Grumpkin. Mhm.
There were bodies in the torture cave, were there?
There were.
Dead bodies, though.
They were definitely dead. Yeah, tortured
need-
to
we need-
death.
We need bodies where it's just the whorehouse and Saltport. That's one of the only places we saw, right?
Think so?
Do you think we should wait here for a bit, or should we just go to Nimrod now?
What's the other idea?
Wait for rescue.
I don't think rescue's coming unless they figured out a way to cross dimensions, bring us back from the dead.
We're not dead, Gripes. This isn't what it's like to be dead, is it? There's heaven, and what's the law for heaven in our world?
Well, Falumbra, as the goddess of souls, kind of, sort of, like, she is the moon, and the moon is filled up with everyone's soul, and when you die, your soul returns to, like, the great moon, which then gets shredded to create new life. And so the idea of afterlife is a little... It's very, like, I don't know. No one really knows. There are competing theories, but the idea is you get recycled and created into new people. You are Soylent Green, basically.
Right. There's no, like,
Soul-lent green.
Valhalla for great warriors.
That is certainly something people kick around, but it's all sort of as hypothetical as in the real world.
Yeah. Well, Grimes, go and speak to the kobolds. Find Nimrod. At least he's a friendly face. The dogs. Be nice to have them. We just head east until we see the river, right?
Yep.
Cross it, and then cross it again.
Speaking of crossing great distances, does anyone have the spyglass, or is that gone?
I think it's gone.
I certainly don't have it yet.
All right, it's gone.
A gem of true seeing. The spyglass might have been in my backpack, or yeah, it's also pitch black, so I don't see what good that's going to do us.
Is there any javelins in the supply room in Swampside?
Certainly.
Okay, got 5 javelins. I say we get to Nimrod, we get the dogs, see if he's got any answers, and then if not, try and go to Saltport. We've got to keep pushing forwards.
Yeah. Has the sky changed in all these miles we've traveled north? Like, have we
Not a
gotten
lick.
closer to the stars, or is
Nope. They seem the same distance. They haven't moved. They look unchanged. It's as if time hasn't passed at all. Maybe you're just frozen in time.
well, let's go see if we can find Nimrod.
And not. So we've got a long way to walk.
Yeah. And we head east.
All right.
Wait,
Head east.
we need
Yeah.
some way to fjord the rivers, right? So like a rope or something like that would help.
Yeah. So let's
That way-
take 100 feet of silk rope with us.
Yeah.
All right. You take your silk rope and trudge east. You can make 24 miles in a day, no problem. Not that you really know how far you're going or what really a day is, but let's say you sleep once before you get to the river.
Yeah.
Maybe twice, but you sleep twice before you get to the river, so that's another 16 HP for you.
All right, I'm full.
Yep. Same.
And eventually you come across a river.
And we'll use the rope to ford it this time. Is it
This one's fairly small. It's on when you get to it, you find a spot that's 30 feet wide at the most.
okay. And we can so we can tie a rope between us
Yep,
and
yep.
wade across.
Wade across.
Maybe even
I'll
tie
want
the
dex
rope.
checks from both of you again because it is still a difficult river. And while you're tied, you might not lose each other, but you could still lose items attached to you.
Oh, grime slips.
Wow. How unusual.
Nailed it.
William holds on to him though. Grimes, do you have anything loose on your character?
I don't know. I mean, I want to say
Give me
no,
a saving
but-
throw versus death. We'll just see. You're probably fine.
Nope.
Oh. Well, what's on your sheet?
I sent you a copy of my character sheet.
Oh,
You want
did.
a new one?
No. You sent it to me. I'll be a good DM and take a look at it.
Don't say it's magical quiver, Neal.
That's
Well, the
strapped on.
arrows can't fall out of the magical quiver.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. Oh, you got a lot of crap on you.
Well, the pack is gone.
Right. Okay. Let's see. Your weapons are nice and safely tucked away. Your quiver's fine. Your throwing knives are in a bandolier, maybe.
Yeah. Okay.
What's your saving throw versus death? No, that's a pass then.
There's the map,
Save
Neal.
is 11 or something.
Let's see. Scalp scrolls. Those pass. Your whistles around your neck. The cloaks that are tied around you. I think you probably lose maybe like a half a pound of cloaks that like rip off and float down the river.
All right. Scrag cloaks torn loose, go floating downstream.
Mm-hmm. I think everything else is fine on you. You're good.
Okay. I did secure everything, but
Yeah. But you know, you're tying 4.5 pounds of clothes around you, and it just sometimes a knot slips here, or something, you know, a sharp rock cuts through a little fabric there. But you cross the river, eventually.
soaking wet, a little bruised.
Mm-hmm. In 5 minutes, the water will have evaporated from the heat of your armor, and you'll be nice and toasty again. But the air is cold out here. You know, it's hovering around 40 degrees or something Fahrenheit. It's what, like 8 degrees Celsius?
Okay.
No, not even 3 degrees Celsius.
Standard weather.
It's just like England.
Yeah. So actually, you know, Ryan, do we take the map with us, or do you think we leave it in Swampside? Because if we take it with us, did it just get destroyed in the water?
I don't know.
It's a vellum
Something.
map,
I don't
which
have-
is fairly water resistant.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't
cool.
have it written on my character sheet, so if
I'll write it on mine. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I can sort the map then to work out that if we, you know, look where these two rivers meet here and then cross just above that, we should be able to be in the area to get to the Grumpkin tribe.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we cross like here.
Right. You move up this way and use your map and the lay of the land. You don't really have a direction sense proficiency, so I think you like run into the river at some point and have to like walk up and down it to make sure you're in the right spot. So it takes time, but I don't think time really matters for you at this point. It passes, and eventually you find that spot. And one more set of dex checks here. This too is a fairly small river. It's far upstream. It's not that big. Grimes makes it across, no problem.
You know, it's the play here not for Grimes to go first, tie the rope to a tree, and then throw out to me.
That's what I think. Around. That's what I assumed I was doing, was walking across to like tie a rope.
Yeah, there you go.
Hold on to while you cross. But
so I roll it, but if I fail, I'll just.
You're fine then. If you got the rope to hold on to, you'll be okay. You guys can cross without too much problem and make your way into the woods. And you're not 40 feet into the woods when a group of dogs comes bounding out of the forest towards you, barking and yipping and
So the dogs.
They remember us.
Good boy. I go down on like one knee and stroke this dog if it runs over to me and hope it doesn't attack me.
It does not attack you. It comes and licks your face and pounces on you and knocks you over. And coming behind these dogs a few paces is Nimrod and a few other kobolds. But we will leave that for the other side of our break. You guys on the other side.